Alive and Well STL is a presentation of the St. Louis Regional Health Commission with the first decade review of health status report to build a healthier St. Louis, and RareGem Productions. Power up with the positive. Learn more at OneRareGem.com. That's OneRaregem.com.
Support for Alive and Well STL comes from Beyond Housing, helps entire communities become better places to live. Learn more at beyondhousing.org.
The Regional Health Commission works in partnership with regional health sector advocates and stakeholders to improve healthcare access, reduce health disparities, and improve health outcomes for the uninsured and the underinsured in St. Louis City and County.
Alive and Well STL with Bethany Johnson-Javois, CEO of the St. Louis Integrated Health Network.
I just want you to know that whoever is out there listening, you having a bad day, know that there is a place for you on this earth. Your story, your testimony needs to be heard. You need to advocate. Stand up. It's okay not to be ashamed, not to be embarrassed. There are many others out here suffering as you have, and we are here to help each other. So just don't give up. Hold on. Get a hold or find some mental health agency within your area. Recovery is possible.
It is possible. All things are possible.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
What does it mean to you to be alive and well in St. Louis? We want to hear your story. Tell us what it means to you personally, what you need to achieve it, how our program may have helped, or even some of your best recommendations for the rest of us. You can share it on the message box at 314-333-8369. You can send an email to info@OneRareGem.com. You can even post it on Facebook at ONERGP or on the Hallelujah 1600 page as well. We'll share your message with our community to help make it possible for everyone to thrive. It's great to be alive. Be alive and well, STL. 10 a.m. Mondays on Hallelujah 1600. RareGem Productions proudly presenting the positive.
So what does it mean to you to be alive and well in STL?
What does it mean to me? It means finding a contentment in my daily life, enjoying and cultivating good relationships with a handful of people close to me, and finding purpose in my work.
Alive and well, STL.
Good morning, St. Louis. I'm so excited for our show this morning. We often don't hear the hopeful message that with treatment, recovery is possible. People are doing it every day. I'd like to start off by telling you about an amazing program that was started here in Missouri called Respect. Respect is a movement to help educate the public by telling personal stories of the powerful impact that respect and disrespect has on a person recovering from a mental illness. The goal of Respect is to teach individuals who have mental illness to share their personal stories of recovery with public audiences, leading to a better public understanding of mental illness and related issues. We have two guests that are joining us this morning. I'm so excited. Please, for the record, state your name and tell us a bit about why you're here.
My name is Toni Jordan, and I am here to tell that recovery is possible and maybe some little clips from my story.
Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
So as your introduction, I would like to go right into it. Tell me about your story, the good, the bad, the promising, the ugly. We'd love to hear you.
Well, I started out as being on a good path. I went to Catholic grade school and was honor roll. Went on to Catholic high school, Bishop DeBerg, was on honor roll. And after I left there, I went on to attend UMSL. And I got pregnant like maybe 6 months into going to UMSL. And I dropped out of school. And I began using drugs around the age of 23. That's hard drugs, that is. Before, I may have experimented with a little marijuana and alcohol. And never thinking that it would take me on the road to where it took me to. But at the age of 23, around 1987, I had 2 daughters by then, and I began to use crack cocaine. And at that time, it was plentiful to me. You know, my friend, her guy was a dope man, so she was stealing dope, which like took me on a path. I feel I just went fast to an addiction real fast and, you know, really experimenting with it. It was like just always available. And I started off And it just seemed like it took me real fast because I began shoplifting. And after that, I began doing a lot of other things that I never thought that I'd do. And I was having children, which I have 5 beautiful daughters. And out of those 5, 4 of them were drug-exposed babies. I did lose one to DFS, and she was adopted from me around the age of 3. And that didn't stop me either. I was raped out there. That never stopped me either. It was like it was not going to stop. The insanity continued. And I drugged for maybe 20 plus years, in and out. With the most time I have ever had clean was about 2 years. To go back to say, oh, I can only do one. And no, you can't. Don't do one. And I just went on throughout my life thinking that I'd never get out of that hole that I was in, dragging my kids through it. I got married and drugged my husband through it, introduced him to it. So my children didn't have no parents because we was both drug addicted. And I went on to continue doing my stealing, which was supporting my habit. And that led me to a prison term in 2004 of April. And I went to prison April 6, 2004. April 16th, my mom died. And I was like, oh, wow. You know, it was like that was my backbone, I guess. I never really grew up. I was the baby of the family. So, you know, now my mom is gone. Nobody that I thought would take over my kids. I had these kids, but not being a mom. And she died. So I went on to say that I had to be the woman that God put me on this earth to be. And I had to be that grandmother because I was a grandmother. I was a sister. I was a friend. And I wasn't none of those. But I knew that once I came home from prison, I wanted to not do the things that I'd done that had got me to that point. And I stayed in prison 30 months, not knowing that I'd be there that long. You know, this is my first time. I won't be here. But, oh, yes, I was. And didn't see my children till maybe 18 months later. And just like a light bulb came on, like, time goes on. These babies growing, you know. And it was like I was recognizing how life truly is at that time. And once I came back off that visit, the guard that searches you out, you know, she was like, did you see the look in that baby's eyes? And I was like, no, I didn't. And here it is, an outsider recognized something in my child's eye that I had never recognized. And she was like, well, whatever you're doing, I don't know what it is. You just need to stop, get your life in order. And that impacted my life because it was like I wasn't a known offender when I was in prison. So, and this lady always played like a hard role. And she just seemed like she came out of her character to tell me this. So I thought that that was something special. And I took that to heart, you know. And I went on with that. And the day I left prison, I asked God to go out that gate with me. That was October the 25th, 2006. And I let that gate go back. And I let God go first, and I walked out, and I never have looked back to prison again, except for to talk about it, because I don't forget about it. I don't ever want to forget where I've been. You know, I felt that that was a part of what makes me and have the strength that I have today to maintain my sobriety, is to know that I've been there, and I've done that. And I walked out of the gates that day, and I began going to Queen of Peace Center for level 3 treatment on 2 nights.
And what's level 3 treatment mean?
Level 3 treatment was just 2 days a week. And we had like skills that would teach us how to stay clean and to teaching us about our behavior.
What did you learn about your behavior?
Recovery comes from within. You know, I can put on new clothes and, you know, get my hair done, but if I ain't changed anything in my mind and my heart, recovery don't happen for me, I can say. You know, it was about my spirit. How did I feel about doing the things that I done to myself, to people, my neighbors, people I didn't even know. When I stole things, I said, oh, they got insurance, they'll get paid back. But then it affected everybody else, their taxes and everything. And I didn't want to be like that anymore.
So your experiences are teaching me that it's not an either-or approach, that we need to use all the help we can get. We need faith. We need prayer. We need resources like physicians. We need outlets like people to fellowship with. We need programs in the community. It's a system. It is a village, truly, in order to help on recovery. We also know that recovery is not a straight line, and it is not perfect. You have ups and you have downs. I really appreciate what you're saying thus far. It's really important for our community to hear. You have an opportunity right now to speak to that person who is struggling with symptoms. They've been to church. They've been on their knees, and the symptoms are still there. Speak hope to that individual that's listening right now based on your experience. How can they make it through where they're at?
I just want you to know that whoever is out there listening, you having a bad day, know that there is a place for you on this earth. Your story, your testimony needs to be heard. You need to advocate. Stand up. It's okay not to be ashamed, not to be embarrassed. There are many others out here suffering with same mental illness as you have, and we are here to help each other. I am a part of a peer specialist. I am one. I also am a trainer. And I train people to know that regardless of where you've been, it's people who need to hear your story because they're ashamed, but that gives them hope to know that they can go on and live a productive life. So just don't give up. Hold on. Get a hold or find some mental health agency within your area and find you some support. It's available out there. Recovery is possible.
It is possible. All things are possible.
Yes.
We appreciate that. Now, in closing, I'd like to ask you this question. What does it mean to you to be alive and well in STL?
Well, for me, to be alive and well is to know that right now I feel like a shooting star. I just began living at 40. I'm 48, so it's like I'm 8 years old. And I pray every day and be so thankful that God has woken me up to enjoy this day. That's why I take in the good, I take in the bad. But this is what life is. God just said it was going to be all green grass and everything. He said, hey, you're going to have some valleys and they be on the mountaintop sometimes. And I take that every day. And to experience that is a great thing for me. I'm a person that loves challenges. I'm a risk taker. I took that plenty times in my active addiction. So why not? Over here, and to know that I got past that, I overcame, so I'm riding on the cloud that I don't even know has a number. Most people say cloud 99. I don't know what number it is. I'm in the trillions and I'm just on this ride and I'm enjoying it, so people take hold of recovery. Recovery is a great thing to grab hold of. I'm enjoying life. I'm back in college. I've been on the dean's list. It's just, life is amazing. I'm a productive worker, never took work serious or just to be able to help people. I'm in a great profession. I love what I do.
Okay. Well, that's the show. We need to learn how to address fear and get out of shame and live in hope. And that's a conscious decision that we make every single day. St. Louis, we got a lot of work to do and we're going to get to it. Thank you so much for joining us today. Look forward to seeing what happens to you in your future.
Thank you.
Alive and Well STL. Thank you for joining us today. For resources available, go to aliveandwellstl.com. If you have more questions about the program, need help, or want to connect, please call the message box at 314-333-8369. The Regional Health Commission with Chief Executive Officer Robert Friend Jr. committed to providing a detailed review of change over the past decade in 14 leading health indicators for the city and county of St. Louis. The first decade review of health Health Status Report, an update to building a healthier St. Louis. Discover the narrative, the data, and celebrate the progress already made to improve healthcare access and reduce health disparities in our region. Learn more at stlrhc.org. Alive and Well STL is another positive production of RareGem Productions. Thanks for listening.